ask for anything when you're sitting on Santa Claus's knee. Though his beard may tickle, I'll bet you a nickel on Christmas Eve there he will be, filling up your stocking with everything you wanted, from a doll to a baseball cap.
Welcome in, everybody. I'm Mark McLean. Today we're going to be talking about the double-edge razor. Not just this one in particular, but double-edge razors in general. I have a request from Niklas Wilson, who is just now getting ready to join the ranks of wet shaving. Yes, he's getting ready to be a wet shaver, and I think he's really going to be happy doing this, because it's one hobby that I have really grown to love, and I think he will as well. And it has so many different avenues. I mean, check this out. I mean, you can collect mugs, you can collect brushes, you can collect razors, you can collect razor blades. Then there are straight razors you can start in collecting. I mean, it just goes on and on. It can be really crazy. Well, this is a cup my wife got me yesterday at the dollar store. Ooh, look at that, baby. Can you believe this? A dollar store mug for $2 at the dollar store. Man, that stuff is incredible. All we do is, after you get your coffee made, then you have to buy, of course, this container, and it is actually a container of caramel. It's not caramel per se, but it's caramel flavored coffee creamer. So you mix some of that in with it, maybe a spoonful of sugar, and then a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Oh man, I'm sorry, I couldn't turn that one down. I couldn't help it. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. So you put some sugar and you put the creamer that is, I can't think of the actual name brand. It's available at your local stores and your local Walmart in the dairy section. It's caramel flavored coffee creamer. Get some of that, put it in, and they do have the other kinds. They have mocha, and I sampled some white mocha, and honestly, it didn't taste good at all. I don't recommend getting that. I've tried recently some, and this is not a coffee video, but it's turning out to be. I apologize, but alas, I tend to get distracted. No, I do want to tell you about this. I tried some of that, it's a donut coffee creamer that's out there as well, and it really sucked. So you find what you like, get your creamer, put it inside, and then buy you some Cool Whip in the can, and you go froth it on. Then you have to buy some caramel that's for ice cream, the covering, and you put that, drizzle it on top, and then take some cinnamon and nutmeg and you sprinkle the top, and it's wonderful, magnificent. Okay, that's out of here. Let me get one sip and then we'll go. Man, that tastes so amazing. Okay, Niklas Wilson, the new soon-to-be wet shaver. He hasn't started yet because he doesn't have anything. I have his razor ordered. I got him a double-edge razor. That one should be coming in the mail within the next week, I hope. When that razor arrives, I hope to have some other gifts to send with that to him to get him into wet shaving. In fact, I do have some soaps I'm sending. I've had one person say they would send him a brush. Another one say they would send a razor as well. That way he would have a couple to rotate back and forth. And the people in the wet shaving community, they are simply fantastic people. They really are. And I appreciate it. Again, if you'd like to donate to Niklas and helping getting him into wet shaving, and he's already joining the wet shaving community and the wet shaving groups on Facebook. If you would like to help out, make a donation to his cause. He doesn't have anything, so anything you send would be appreciated, whether it be pre-shave oil, post-shave balm, aftershave, soaps. He doesn't have anything. All right, he did request that I do a video, more or less an instructional video, showing how to use a double-edged razor, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm not going to be shaving, simulating shaving maybe, but not going to be shaving. Okay, here we go. First off the bat, I'll show you my razors that I have. This one is an injector blade razor. Have you seen the injectors? My dad used an injector years ago. This one has the Bakelite handle on it, and it's really sweet. There's a name on it, Frank C. Riley. I don't know who this Frank C. Riley is. There is a famous one. I looked him up on Google, but I'm not sure if that's he or not. Anyway, this particular razor was given to me by my buddy Thomas Burgess in a pay it forward to me to get me into wet shaving. And I have yet to get some blades for this one, but I plan on it, and I will be sampling that one on air, as I sometimes say, by accident. I'll be sampling that on our YouTube channel. Okay, I got this razor sent to me recently from Jimmy Abbott. He is a buddy of mine from Canada that's in the Shave Mug Society group on Facebook, an awesome wet shaving community group. He found out that this was the razor my dad got me into shaving years and years ago. This is the one my dad had and used, the red tip Gillette. And it's a TTO, twist to open. That's what that stands for, twist to open. And man, he really touched my heart by sending me this, and it meant so much to me. If you can check out one of the videos if you want to watch the shock and awe in my facial expressions, you can tell it's real. That is really my pride and joy right there of my double-edged razors. Thomas Burgess, he hooked me up. He gave me this. This is the Fat Boy, I believe, or Fat Tech, Gillette Fat Tech. And it is not a twist to open. It is a three-piece blade or razor. It's a three-piece razor. You put the blade on top here, right on the center pivot screw, cap it, and then join the base. Make sure your fingers don't slip or, whoo, I cut my fingers. And there you have it. I like this razor. It does an excellent job. And it's at a fixed angle. The blade is set in at a fixed angle. So all you have to do is get used to using this razor, and you've got it made. Another razor that my buddy Thomas Burgess sent me was this one. This is a pre-war era razor, I believe. It's a three-piece comb through, and I love it. Made out of, I think, brass. Anyway, look how shiny it is. It's really a nice piece. Put the blade on the same way as the other. Put the cap back on and join the handle to it. That's it. This is nice. I really love this one too. Someone asked me once, so what's the comb for? What's that for? Well, it could be used for deforesting the beard, I guess. If you're going to get rid of the beard, you want to get rid of it, just start doing it like that, and you start thinning it down, and next thing you know, you've got to the bottom of the story, and you no longer have a beard. If you're getting rid of your beard, that would be perfect. Another thing that I find this to be perfect for is when I do some trim up work. Like, say, I want to get close to the beard line. That allows you to press down, and some of the hairs that are sticking up above the line, the hairline, it allows them to be sheared off, you know. So it allows the hairs to fall into the comb, and then you can just right on the edge, of course, put it right there, and you just shave with it, and it sort of trims the sides perfectly. I like that. Another razor is a twist to open I have. This is the Slim Adjustable, Gillette Slim. This one came from my buddy Anthony McKenzie Jr. He has his Etsy account at AMAC4, I believe, or AMAC on Etsy. This is a twist to open, like I said. This one is adjustable. This is the Slim Adjustable, and the settings are right there. Anthony McKenzie, he actually painted this red for me. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'll hope that you can. I think you can get the glimpse of the red numbers. They're not really focusing, but I do think you can see the numbers are red. They were blue, as a customer had requested that for Anthony, and he obliged them, got them a blue numbered razor, and they ended up, I don't know what the deal was, not getting the money to be able to buy it or something. So I got it from him, and I asked him to paint it red. So it's very unique. It twists perfectly. There are no flaws, no binding or catches whatsoever. It just completely spins. And I'll admit, yes, I have slapped some lubricant on it. The lubricant that I use for my razors is the exact same that I use for my knives. And I really like the stuff. It's called Tough Glide, T-U-F-G-L-I-D-E, Tough Glide. No, this is not a Tough Glide bottle. This is a Frog Lube bottle. And Frog Lube is also a good lubricant. But Frog Lube is a CLP. This is a CLP that means clean, lubes, and protects, or a cleaner lubricant protectant. That's what CLP stands for. And to be honest, this stuff will lubricate. However, if you use it to lubricate, say, this razor or a knife pivot, where the knife, you know, goes right inside here, and it makes it come out easier. Well, if you were to use that on your pivot, in fact, the guy that made this knife, John Grimsmo, he told me to use Tough Glide because Tough Glide lubricant does not attract dust like Frog Lube does. Frog Lube seems to attract dust, and it gets a little gummy in the pivot area or any area that otherwise might be binding. So you don't want that. It is perfect though for cleaning and also for protecting. You can actually put it on a knife blade and leave it, and it will be a little gummy with a few dust particles on it after you get it out a few months later, but the blade will be protected from rust, and that's what it's all about. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This one is perfect. There are no binds, catches, or glitches whatsoever, and I did lubricate it with Tough Glide per John Grimsmo's suggestion. It's a great razor, a twist to open razor. In fact, we will use that one in our demonstration, showing how to operate the razor. There are several blades to choose from on the market. I recently bought 3 5-packs of the Gillette 7 o'clocks. That's what they look like. The Gillette 7 o'clocks are some great blades. I really like these blades. And these are super stainless blades. And to be honest, they have some platinums, I believe, that they just, they don't seem to be, well, put it this way, I think they're too aggressive for my skin. So what happens is I end up nicking my face a lot more with the platinums than I do with the super stainless. And I don't like that. Some of the other blades that I prefer, I don't have any on hand or in stock right now, but I like using the Shark brand. Shark, have you seen those? The Shark brand blades are fantastic, or at least for my skin. You have to find something that works well for you. And there are so many to choose from. That's what I'm talking about right now. Get out there and try some of the different ones that are available and see what you like. These are the Gillette Silver Blues. These are great for my skin. Other people may have issues with those. You don't know unless you try them. Some of my other favorites that I like are feathers. Sometimes these can be a little too aggressive for other people. And if that's the case, you don't want to use them. Astras, they are pretty decent, very inexpensive razor blade right here. However, the Astras, to me, are a little too inexpensive. They don't do well on my skin, so I will be paying forward some of those, and maybe that'll be perfect for Niklas. Excuse me. Here are some Wilkinson sword blades that I really like. Now these are super aggressive. These are very, very surgically sharp. I love these blades. Another that a friend of mine, Brian Powell Jr., sent me in a pay it forward. This is the Persona Platinum. These blades are fantastic. I love these blades that Brian sent me. And they are fairly aggressive, to be honest. They do well for me, and that's all that matters. This is what it looks like, sort of a wax covering on this paper. And that's what the blade looks like, the Persona. The Persona Platinums are excellent blades. Of course, YMMV. Your mileage may vary. Yeah, it may be totally different for you guys. You have to find out what works best for you. That's all you got to do. All right, now for today's example loading, we will be using the Astra blade because I don't worry about if I take one of these and I nick a corner, or if I chip the edge of the blade. Just doing a demonstration, then I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just chunk the blade because it's fairly inexpensive. All right, that's what the Astra blades look like. These are the platinum blades, Superior Platinums. That's the ones I'll be using today. I meant to show you another blade that I like that surprised me. It's the Bic. Yes, the Bic razor blades. And I don't have the box any longer. It fell apart on me, but you can buy these so inexpensively. As my buddy Niklas was worrying about some of the prices, and some of those Mach 3 blades, I priced some recently, and it was like a 5-pack or something for $29 at Walmart. Good Lord. I couldn't believe the price was so ridiculous. Just because they're of the name. They're selling the name. That's what they're doing. I am no longer into that game. In fact, I can get hundreds of blades for what they charge for their small pittance. Okay, here's the way we load a double-edged razor, okay? And this is primarily for Niklas, and I know a lot of you other guys already know about this. Now, the setting on the top is for the aggressiveness. In other words, how much blade do you want hitting the face? Think of it as a 1 being a small number and a small amount of blade hitting the face. If you want to go to 2, then that's a little bit more blade hitting the face. The higher up the number, the more blade that touches the face, creating a more aggressive shave. You have to find out what works best for you. There's no way I can say, well, hey, number 3 is the setting you use on this razor. There's no way I could do that. I could say it, but it wouldn't be right. All right, here we go. Twist to open type razor blade or razor. We just twist the bottom till the canopy opens. There it is. It's quite simple how that works. You just twist to open. Okay, and then for loading the blades, keep in mind that it's best to hold the blade like that, the end to end, not side to side. No matter how adept you are at holding it like this and how careful you are, one day you will cut yourself. It's just that simple. You touch the edge. I learned this from sharpening knives with my company, Mirrored Edges Knife Sharpening. I've learned this over the years. You touch the edge enough, you will cut yourself. It's not a question of if I cut myself. It's a question of when will I cut myself. Because percentage-wise, you continue touching the edge enough, the steel will bite you back. That's just how it is. One day you'll lose respect for the steel and it will bite you. Okay, so here we go. We open up the razor and you just sit it right in the center. It sits right down perfectly. Just sits right there. And as soon as you get it loaded, go ahead and close it. Now this particular razor has a little bit of give after it closes. So after it closes, there's the end. It's closed, right? Well, this one has one more. See that? That's more or less a tightening measure that is made, I think, with the razor. That's how it works, at least. And that's how you load the razor. I'm going to go ahead and take the blade out for demonstration purposes. Close it back up just as if I were shaving. Now, when I keep this razor stored, this puts a little extra turn on it, so therefore it's closed a little extra tight. I don't keep it stored that way. In fact, I unloosen it and just close it because I don't want any binding or any over tightening to occur to this razor. You want to protect your razors because they are an investment, number one. Number two, these are vintage. That means they have been used in the past, unless it's NOS, which stands for New Old Stock. If they're New Old Stock, then you've got a brand new razor, and so that's nothing to probably worry about. Although it was made many years ago, and you may want to go ahead and take the extra precautionary measures to make sure nothing happens to your razor. I know I like to make sure that my razors are taken care of. I clean them after each shave, and then I lubricate them. And again, for those of you wanting to know what to use on your razors, use what I use because it's great stuff and it does excellent in case you want to put it on your knives. It's called Tough Glide. There you have it, T-U-F-G-L-I-D-E. Tough Glide. All right. Now, as far as using this razor is concerned, and this is primarily for Niklas' benefit, you have to have this razor at an angle against your face. It's like this. Here's your face, and if you go flat like this and shave it, you're not going to hit much. You have to have your angle of attack, just like when flying an airplane, when you're approaching the runway. They call this the angle of attack when you're coming down to land. You have to do this. You have to increase your angle of attack with the blade, I would say at about 45 degrees. Anyway, if the degree pattern is incorrect, I apologize. This is about the angle I use. And again, YMMV. Your mileage may vary. You will have to get used to shaving with one of these, and it will take a few tries, and you will nick your face here and there, and it's no big deal. I still nick my face, or my neck, you know, as you could probably see. I lost a lot of weight, so now I have this little turkey gobbler thing. Oh, it kills me. Anyway, here we go. You have the shave cream on your face, top, bottom, all over if you don't have a beard. And the first thing you would do would be to do the downward stroke all the way down to the jawline, as if I don't have the beard. Nicholas was asking me, how do you shave the jaw bone or the jaw line? You go all the way down to the jaw line, and then I like to start at the bottom and go up. Now, again, I'm not teaching you how to shave. I'm showing you how I shave. Because the way I shave is going to be totally different than the way someone else shaves, more than likely. And I can't stress enough, your mileage may vary. Everyone is different. Keep that in mind. So I would go down to my chin and my jawline, of course, and then I would start at the base of my neck and go upward. And after that, if you need to go sideways, you can. Then I would reapply the shave cream and repeat the steps, but this time I would reverse. In other words, if I came down on the downward pass on my cheeks, the first stroke, the second pass would be an upward pass the second time. And on my neck, the second time, since before I went up with the grain, is the way my beard grows, then the second pass would be downward on my neck against the grain. Now that's what works for me, and that's how I shave. You have to develop your own style, and for those of you that already know that, I know you can give this guy some tips and help him out. I think he has already established a YouTube channel, and we will be passing that along and getting him recognized and noted, so you guys can help him out and pat him on the back and encourage him, and give him some little tips here and there about how to shave, etc. And that's basically it. Now, the first thing you'll want to do, of course, and I skip this part because I'm not really shaving, the first thing you'll want to do is apply pre-shave. Just by watching some of my other videos, I mean, you can figure this part out yourself. You put on the pre-shave first, and then you put on the lotion or shave cream. Now, I've watched some videos where barber schools are teaching, when they shave with a straight razor at least, they're teaching to reapply the pre-shave oil every pass that you make. In other words, if you do a 3-pass shave, you do the upward pass, the downward pass, and the sideway or cross approach, whatever you do, then the barber school lady I saw, she is teaching you to reapply your pre-shave between each pass. So you would apply the pre-shave and then the lather, shave it. You would apply more pre-shave, lather and shave, etc., so on and so forth. And that's about it. The only other thing I can tell you is when you finish, what I do, some people do this right the opposite, and that's okay. Whatever you do or they do, it's fine. It's totally up to the individual. I personally do it this way. After I shave, then I put on aftershave because I want to close my pores down. Now, this is a roll-on that I've got for my Mutiny Bay rum. And you put on the aftershave first. That's what I do. I put it on because it closes down the pores. And I want the pores to be closed when I apply the aftershave balm or post-shave cream or post-shave balm, as it's called. The reason being, I know that if you put a lot of creams and oils onto your skin, it gets into your pores and can clog your pores. If it clogs your pores, you end up with a little bump, and the next thing you know, you shave off the little bump, you gotta bleed, and you gotta grab an aloe stick, or alum block, rather. Not an aloe stick. I don't know where that came from. You gotta get an alum block, or a septic pencil, or steptic pencil, and apply that. So, I say all that to say this. I wish you the best of success, and if you have questions, feel free to comment below or message me at mirrorededges@yahoo.com. mirrorededges@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching. It's definitely appreciated, guys and gals. You have a great day. Pay it forward when you get the chance. If you don't have the chance, make the opportunity. Okay? Have a good one. Peace.